My life has been a video game for the last year. As a gamer, what I'll be going over in this video was one of the most important revelations I could have had. It allowed me to see the world from a lens of what has been such a huge part of my personality for so long, and kickstarted my mental state to break out of the rat race. I want you to imagine an open world RPG, the largest, most comprehensive piece of art ever conceived. This RPG is a sandbox with the only limitations to what you can do in this game being the limits of your own imagination. It has the most realistic physics ever developed. Dynamic weather, full-blown economies, endless factions and nations and professions, and perfect graphics with no lag whatsoever. The only catch is that you don't get to choose your starting zone or your character's lineage, and you only get one chance. One single life to make the best out of this amazing world that you've been dropped into. This is the world that you live in, so why not gamify it? To many people out there, they see video games as a complete waste of time, and to a small extent I agree, but that's only because people spend so much time in them that they start losing sight of the real world, and I know because that was me. But I'm also of the belief that games can teach some valuable life lessons, especially when you start dealing with MMORPGs, but other genres as well. We'll get into that. First though, learning the economy of an MMORPG, well, it's massively simplified versus real-world economies, have a lot of the same lessons. Running a guild or a clan often have a lot of the same issues and problems that can rise with running a business. The same with professions. You learn the basics of gathering materials to create something better and turn a profit. Admittedly, the dragon slaying parts don't have much real-world application, but so much of the rest of it does. And when you start treating your actual real-world income like you do in a game, it starts becoming easier to manage and, quite frankly, to make. When you decide you want to chase after a certain goal or quest, you start figuring out how to achieve it, just like in your game. The difference is simply in the complexity of the systems. Because every game, no matter how complex it is simple compared to the real world. Or is it? Because when you start to break down how the economy, for example, and your place in it works, there are already a lot of solid rules in place that govern how it operates. It's just up to you to figure them out beyond the surface level, because nobody's gonna reach out and just give you that information. There are millions of different resources, of course, just waiting to be exploited if you decide to look for them, but no one's just gonna hand them to you. If you wanna learn a new profession in a game, you go to a profession trainer who teaches you the basics, and then you continue to learn how to create new things as you level up. Is that really so different from real life once you decide to look at it that way? Say you wanna learn a new hobby, woodworking. So you go online and find a basic how-to course that tells you what supplies you need, some techniques, and a beginner guide. And before you know it, you're out in your garage making wooden cat ornaments to give to your coworkers for Christmas. And then you learn how to make a cutting board, and then a table. And before you know it, your new profession is generating an income for you. Now, I am oversimplifying it. Of course, real-world systems are a lot more complex than their in-game counterparts. But what I'm trying to say is that on a basic level, it doesn't have to be. And that as a gamer, anytime you can gamify something in your life, you start figuring out ways to make it fun, to make it engaging, and to make it into something that's gonna give you an actual result in the real world. Think about how good you are at your favorite game. Take the skills and experience you've honed in that game and apply them to the real world. Don't just be content complaining that you have to go to work tomorrow. Do something about it. Because there is nothing in the real life system that prevents you from doing it, just that pesky thing between your ears that keeps telling you you're not good enough to pull it off. Now, I focused a lot on RPGs here because there's a lot of parallels, but what if you don't play an RPG? What if you don't like them? What if your favorite game is Minecraft or Call of Duty? Whatever your favorite game is, has lessons you can bring to the real world. For Minecraft, you can bring things like patience, creativity, problem solving, crafting. These are all skills that you can apply to the real world. For Call of Duty, you have things like teamwork, resource management, grit, quick thinking, competitiveness. These are all things that can be focused into real-world applications. Whatever your favorite genre is, there are lessons you can bring from it into the real world, and you can tailor your real life to these lessons. In a way, our favorite games kind of bring out the best in us. We gravitate towards them for a reason. They're telling us what we're good at, giving us options that we can focus on in the real world to overcome whatever our current situation is. Once you find a way to focus on something in the real world, the less you need the games to compensate for it. The less you need them as an escape from reality because you've remade your reality into something that you love interacting with. And at some point, the games fall back to their rightful place in your life as games, not your reality. We all have the power to create, but for the most part, we're too afraid to do anything but consume. It's easier, it's safe, but sooner or later, it consumes us. It doesn't have to, and it's never too late to break the cycle. By gamifying your life, you're using your comfort zone as a transition tool to affect real change and to give yourself the true peace of mind, the true financial security, the true life that you've always wanted. So start paying attention to your life and shift your focus on it to your gaming mindset, but applied in the real world. You'll start seeing how many areas of it can be turned into a real life game. Compete with yourself, compete with other people if you need to, but just gamify it. You'll become more productive. You'll start seeing things in ways you've never seen them before. You'll start having solutions to questions you didn't even know you had yet. But be advised that this isn't a game, and it's not magic. Unless you want the change deep down inside yourself, it's not gonna happen. But once you've decided to do it, this is a fantastic tool to use. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I truly do appreciate it. It's cold as hell out here, so please do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really does mean the world to me, and lets the algorithm know that this video is worth the next person's attention. Until next time, take care.